pilots. We're tracking slightly behind the enemy right now, but it's still early. We've got time to turn this around.
Be advised, Titan ready in 30 seconds.
We're in the lead. Keep it up, pilot. This is a battle of attrition. Eliminate all enemy forces.
Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraid Not and welcome to Take 2. Now I made a video on Sunday, I had it all rendered, all ready to go, and I thought, you know what, I'll upload that Monday. It makes more sense to upload it on Monday, and for one reason or another I couldn't upload anything yesterday. I wasn't active on anything. I was actually in the hospital last night, and those of you who have been following the channel and follow me on Twitter will know all about that. But yeah, so anyway, I thought, do you know what, this video is perfect. It will go up Monday night, and I mentioned in the video that I was going to do a lot more uploads this week, but yeah, it was just one of those videos that, because I missed out yesterday, I couldn't upload it today because it just wouldn't make any sense at all. So I've had to delete all of the voice and I'm just restarting again. So here we are. I'm using the same gameplay in the background. The gameplay is actually quite good. It's a 100-point attrition gameplay. For those of you who are following Titanfall at the moment will know that it is quite difficult to get 100-point attrition games. I've got a couple actually. I've got a couple saved up on the hard drive. I've actually got 123 point. Although that is very, very long video. For whatever reason, I think it was 3 against 3. A load of people backed out, and it just gave me the chance to be able to kill more grunts, etc, etc. So we're gonna have to make do with this gameplay for now. But yeah, let's talk about Titanfall. Let's get out the way some of my gripes with the game first, shall we? That's probably a good place to start. Now I know I mentioned in a video I think last week that I was a little bit underwhelmed from what I'd already seen with regards to the guns, the perks, all the different type of things that you can have in the game. I actually expected a lot more, especially because this game is actually a multiplayer game. I know that they glisten it up and say there's a campaign mode, but there isn't. I mean, there is, but it's 6v6 still. It's exactly the same. They throw you into a couple of attrition games, although I can't really talk about it because I haven't actually played it yet. I will play it because I think you got to play them through. I think you got to play the campaign twice to be able to unlock some of the other Titans. But they glisten it up to say it's a campaign mode. Well, it's not. It's 6v6 attrition again, and all you get extra with it is a cutscene at the beginning and I believe a cutscene at the end. So it's not really a campaign mode. But regards to the multiplayer, I'm still a little bit underwhelmed. I say underwhelmed, but I've sort of thought about this. I've taken a step back after my little moan about it in the last video, and I thought, you know what, after actually playing the game, it's so much fun, and Call of Duty players tend to just use one gun anyway. Let's be serious. You go back through all the cards you can go through, you know, Modern Warfare 3, the gold ACR. I mean, how many times did you see that? The MP5 from COD 4, etc. You know what I'm getting at. When you get to a certain point in a game and everyone knows that that's the most powerful gun, everyone tends to go and just play with that gun only anyway. So having a massive weapon variety might not really be that appealing anyway for people, but for me, I like using different guns. I like challenging myself in different situations, so gun variety for me was a kind of a disappointment, but I just love the way that the game is. We're not going to go into what I love yet. Let's stick on to what I don't like. Another thing that's really annoying me at the moment is matchmaking, especially late at night. I seem to be being put in with American servers. Now that just causes lag, and especially the first day of me getting it, I think on Friday night when I was playing, I was only on level 20 or whatever it was, and I was just coming up against people that had already prestige once, twice, and I just thought, oh, like I don't want like Black Ops 2 where they have skill-based matchmaking, but I just don't want to be put in with Americans. Like, nothing against you Americans, it's just that the lag itself is horrible enough. It's horrible enough to play against someone who's actually in France or Germany, or you know, it's somewhere in Europe. Anywhere outside the UK it's quite difficult and quite laggy, but I just wish that matchmaking was a little bit better, being paired up with people a little bit local to me. If not local, then definitely in the UK, if that makes any sense. And one more thing I want to touch up on, which everyone else has, is the smart pistol. That thing is absolutely ridiculous. I just don't know how or why. What were they smoking when they thought about that gun? I just don't get it. I really don't. It's one of those moments where you think about Last Stand or Dead Man's Hand. You just think, what the hell is the person, whoever come up with this idea, what were they thinking at the time? Maybe it would be a little bit more balanced if you had to hold the left trigger to enable the lock-on system. I heard another commentator say that, so I'm only using their idea, but I actually agreed with it 100%. Like, you can't, and maybe if you hold the left trigger you can't run. Maybe that will be a way of balancing it out a little bit. I know a lot of people are saying that it isn't overpowered, and it's not overpowered, I suppose. I suppose if you're a good player you can just, you know, turn on them and do whatever, but half the time you can't hear people footsteps anyway. They've got a perk in this game, funny enough, that she's like dead silent. It's like completely dead silent footsteps, and to me that seems totally pointless, because if you played the game in, like me, wear a headset, you'll know that footsteps in this game is just not an issue at all. You can't hear anyone walking up on you. Right, let's move on now to the things that I do like about the game. Now, a lot of people have bashed it and people have said no, don't like this, but I actually like the idea of bots. I really do. I think they add a different element into the game. It's definitely a distraction. They're definitely not harmful. Some people I've heard talk about the bots and say they should be a little bit more lethal, but I just feel like if they were a little bit more lethal and I was trying to get around the map and then I'd just get taken out by bots all day, that would just frustrate me so much. It really would. I don't want the bots to be any more lethal than they are, but I do wish that they'd contribute to the game in something else other than attrition. I mean, let's be serious, they don't do anything anyway in attrition, which is fine, I suppose, but maybe in something like hardpoint domination, I think they've called it in this, which is like domination. I wish they'd just jump on flags, maybe hold it for a little while. Even in attrition, maybe they could set off the turrets, because there are actually turrets in the game and you have to hack into them. Maybe the bots, in my perfect game, I suppose you would have the bots aiming to go for these turrets to enable them, because the turrets are quite powerful, especially against Titans anyway. So I do wish the bots would contribute more into the game, but then again, it's an element of the game that I really like, and I'm happy they've implemented it. There's always things to shoot at. I play with some friends who aren't as experienced as FPS games as maybe some of us, and they just they've always got something to shoot at, and to me it makes me smile. Like when you take an opening route on this game, you can go up the wall, jump on a roof, jump down, and then take out two actual players and then take out 4 bots. It just feels so rewarding. Another thing I absolutely love about this game is the maps. Every single map, well, I say every single map, there's one map I don't like. I think it's called Lagoon, but don't quote me on that. It's the one where it's a swamp and there's them huts there. That's the map, the only map on this game that I really don't like at the moment. I just don't think there's any flow to it, but every other map on this game, there's just loads of flow to it. You can always, I've started to get used to where the people sort of start to come from now, so I'm really starting to get really good at just knowing where I am on these maps, and to be honest, I think they're all fun. They're brilliant maps, especially a breath of fresh air from the recent Call of Duties that we've had. Yeah, again, that's another massive plus on this, and I'm actually considering buying the season pass of this game purely because of the maps. I know it sounds as ridiculous as it is. I mean, the longevity of that within itself just seems crazy, but then I just, it's something that I'm really enjoying at the moment is definitely the maps. They're colourful, they're not too big. Like, people keep saying they're like Battlefield sized maps when they're really not. I mean, when you stick in Titans and the bots and stuff, they really do feel close quarters kind of thing. So but yeah, we're winding down to the end of the video now. I've still got a few more things I'd like to talk about. I might talk about that tomorrow's commentary, hopefully, and that's another thing I wanted to touch up on. I've got I don't know if you guys are used to my upload schedule. I'm uploading at the moment, I think, on, well, it's supposed to be Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, if or not, and then obviously definitely Sundays for my introducing series, which is actually going very well, thanks guys anyway. Yeah, so them Tuesdays and Thursdays that I'm not uploading anything at all, I've got an idea which I want to do. Hopefully you guys will like it. I might start that tomorrow or maybe even Thursday now. I'm just so all over the place with my days at the moment. You probably tell by my voice I'm just absolutely shattered. What a week I've had. But yeah, so this is kind of an update video as well as a Titanfall review. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a rating, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.